Oh! Hmm. Eh? Oh!
Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game! Welcome to Tailor Tales, a visual novel by Celianna. Celianna reached out to me months ago to check out this game, and I'm finally getting around to it. So sorry about that. I gotta get like a better schedule going or something. But anyway, I'm excited to really finally get into this. She was kind enough to give me a code to unlock some of these sweet boys here. Her game's a work in progress right now, so as you can see, 3 of the guys are highlighted. The guy here on the left, I think his fruit's completely done, and I think the guy here on the right, Dimitri, I think is his name, I think his route just recently got completed, and Kane's has just started, the redheaded dude over here. So yeah, in this game, you're an aspiring tailor who's just bought a boutique. You run into many guys, as you can see on the screen. And what's really neat about this game is that there is no common route. Whenever you start one of these guys' stories, it's its own self-contained world and story. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see what the different guys, how the different guys' routes start. I'm thinking about divvying this into about 20 minutes per guy, or at least like their first chapter or something. I'll see when I start it how long it goes, how long a chapter is, just to get like a taste for how each of these guys' personalities are, and how different our character is, and how different the worlds are, and blah blah blah. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Also, what's neat is that there's no bad endings. You do have a choice between fierce answers and kind answers, and so depending on what you choose, you can get a fierce ending or a kind ending with the guys. But there is no right or wrong answer, which is kind of neat. You can just kind of play however you would like to react to these guys. So here we go. I guess we'll start with guy on the left here, because he was number 1. Neil Forrester, 24, intern executive. When you were younger and much more of a tomboy, you and Neil happened to cross paths when he decided to run away from his parents, who forced him to act like a proper child. Years later, you two meet as adults, except Neil doesn't recognize you. No, he was under the impression you were a boy. The misunderstanding leaves Neil embarrassed. Neil's attitude towards you is cold and cruel, and you wonder if that sweet little boy he used to be was just your imagination. You try your best to befriend him, but Neil will have none of that. But what happens when you finally get under that cold exterior he's crafted? Will he be that sweet little boy again? Oh, such nice hair. Cool. Okay. I guess we'll... Should we look at all of them? Can we look at all of them? Let's see. Oh, I can only do the ones that have been picked. Well, you know what? I'll get to them after we start. Let's just start with Neil. Oh, create your character. In Tailor Tales, you play a young woman who has just opened her own boutique. You can determine her skin, hair, and eye color by using the color swatches on the left of the icons. These choices will reflect in special CGs that will appear throughout the story, so choose wisely. Don't forget to equip your free starter shirt, skirt, and sandals. Oh boy. Well, knowing me, I'm gonna be here for a while, so... I'll bring you in when I've fully designed my character and you can see what she looks like, guys. Okay, so something I may have forgot to mention to you guys is that you actually design clothes in this game, which I've just remembered now, and you have to design clothes for your customers to get gold to unlock future chapters. So I spent maybe a little too much time just designing my own clothes, because you can do that too, and I made my avatar girl. I think she turned out pretty good, don't you think? Anyway, as for my name... How do I do this again, character? Nope. That's for the boys. I don't need to do that. Yes, name. I don't want to change my name. I just want to show you guys what I called myself. So, I picked Cutie Patootie, and it's because of the name of my boutique, which I will show you now what it is. Boutique, with a big smiley at the end. Boutique. Boutique XD. Yep, that's correct. Alright, so now we're all set. I decorated my office. I'm doing good. So yeah, let's start into Neil's chapter, first of all, and we'll see what happens from there, guys. Neil, your 20 minutes of fame begins now. Ooh. I've been playing the entire day with my friends at the local playground. We played all sorts of games. Tag, cops and robbers, hide and seek. It was all so much fun. The sun is starting to set and all of the other kids have gone home already. I should probably head home as well. My mother is making dinner and waiting for me. I look down at my hands, which are dirty, and there's a cut on my knee. My clothes have spots of green from rolling around in the grass with the other kids. Hold on. Which one of these is settings again? Is it... Nope, not that one. Oh. Ooh. That's nice. I think I'll actually keep it like that. Nope. That is very loud. How come? I thought there was a setting option. Oh well, I was gonna make the music louder, but I think it's actually getting louder on its own. And I have the power of volume on my side. There we go. I can hear that a little better now. I look down at my hands, which are dirty, and there's a cut on my knee. My clothes have spots of green from rolling around in the grass with the other kids. She's not going to like this. I'm probably going to get yelled at again. But I have to go home. This sounds like little me. I was always getting grass on my clothes all the time, to my mom's chagrin. Ooh. Mother, I'm home! I yell when I open the door. Mother is in the kitchen preparing food. Wash your hands and sit down for dinner, she yells back. Obediently, I walk towards the kitchen to wash my hands. Cutie! She gasps at me. You're completely filthy. Were you playing with the boys again? Look at your clothes. What am I going to do with you? How I wish you were more girly. I look down at the floor. Mother is always saying things like this to me. I just like playing around with kids. I don't care about my clothes. Come on now, wash up and sit down. I have a surprise for you after dinner. My eyes light up. A present! That's unexpected. I hurriedly wash my hands and sit down. When dinner is served, Mother keeps making comments how I shouldn't play so roughly and I should keep my clothes clean. I finish up my food, eager for my present. Time for your surprise, cutie, she exclaims. She walks out of the room, then returns soon after, holding a large white box. She hands it over to me. Gleefully, I open it up. I'm like, it's gonna be like a really frilly dress, isn't it? A bunch of pink fabric is in the box. A bit confused, I pick it up. I'm staring at a little pink dress in my tiny hands. It feels smooth against my skin, like it's really expensive. The fake crystals embedded into the hem sparkle brilliantly. I'm horrified. It's like a princess dress, and I hate princess dresses. They get in the way of playing. Wouldn't it simply look adorable on you? Grandma made it for you, she says. Okay, so this is my first fierce and kind option. I was a polite kid, so I'd probably be like, I guess it would. Do you want to try it on? I take the dress from her hands. I really don't want to wear it, so I came up with a plan. I want to go out and play again, can I? I don't want to put it on now and make it dirty. I lie. Mother nods. All right, fine. Be back by 7, all right? And don't talk to strangers. Quickly, I leave the house and run away. I definitely did not want to wear a princess dress. The sun is completely gone as I arrive at the playground. It's dark and kinda scary. I kick a rock in frustration. Mother can't make me wear those stupid frilly dresses. Always telling me to dress up and look like a girl. I hate it. I don't like all of those frilly dresses and looking cute. It just gets in the way of playtime. My friends always make fun of me when I show up in a frilly dress, and I can't play because Mother doesn't want it to get dirty. I just want to go outside and play with my friends, Mom. But the playground is empty, since most kids have a curfew and they've already gone home. I'm alone, and I don't like it. Not even Cody is here to play with. Frustrated, I kick a rock into the metal blue dome on the playground. It makes a hollow sound as it bounces off. Ah! Who's there? I'm startled by the sudden voice coming from the dome. It seemed someone was hiding there. Definitely, if that was me, I'd be like, oh crap. I narrow my eyes, trying to make out the figure that's hiding in the dome, and I keep quiet. Who knows who's in there? Mom did tell me not to talk to strangers. Takes a while, but within seconds I see a small boy crawling out of the hole. Hey, it's our boy Neil. Aw, he's all dressed proper-like, and he's hiding all his grass stains. Poor guy. At first, I see a bush of purple hair emerging from the hole. Then I see the rest of his body come out, revealing the dirt on his expensive-looking clothes. His eyes are big and red, looking at me in fear. I don't recognize him at all. Oh. I'm not gonna hurt you, I tell him with a big smile. You're new here. What's your name? The boy says nothing. He looks down at his shoes instead. They're covered in dirt as well. Where are you from? I ask, continuing my questioning of the strange boy I've never seen before, even though my mom told me not to talk to strangers. You're definitely not from around here. The boy makes a tiny sniff, then rubs his nose with the cuff of his sleeve. Did you run away from home too? I ask him. I suddenly feel sad about my own situation, running away from my mother in the dress like that. You're not going to tell them, are you? The boy finally says. He sounds like he's been crying a lot. I smile at him. Of course not. We can be runaways together. He looks up at me, a spark returning to his eyes. Why are you running away? He asks. My mother wants me to wear clothes I don't want to, I say. I'm always being forced to dress girly. Mother and father always insist I wear these clothes, and they yell at me when I get them dirty. I give him one look over again. He's entirely dirtied his clothes. They must be real mad at you right now, then. The boy gives a shy nod. I don't want to go back. I always have to study and can never go out and play. I hate that. I just want to play as well. Get as dirty as I want, I exclaim. Mother and father won't allow me to play with any boys, so I ran away. Well then, I'll play with you. Excitedly, I grab his hand and drag him to the slide at the other end of the playground. Your parents aren't here to say no. The boy finally manages to smile at me, and I give him a big toothy grin back. He climbs to the top of the slide, then sits down to slide down. I can hear him giggle as he goes down. I quickly climb up as well and follow after him. It's so much fun to play with this boy. He's a bit shy and hesitant at first, but a couple of minutes in and he's the one racing to the top of the slide. Mother and father would definitely never allow me to play like this, he says. Definitely not with other kids my age. Hey, I'm 7. How old are you? I ask with a wide smile. The boy slides down again, then turns to face me. I'm 8. You know, boys older than me should be more brave, I tell him. Then I wink at him and give him a thumbs up. Wow, so precocious. He gives me a bashful smile back. I then grin at him and tap him on the arm. Tag! You're it! I call out. I dash away from him. He looks at me questionably. simply standing on the same spot still. Oh no, is he one of these poor boys that never played tag? I run back and forth in front of him, but he's not moving to chase me at all. This is so much like The Lion King too, when, oh gosh, what's her name? Kiara meets, Kiara and, oh, they were one of my favorite couples when I was a kid. Crap. Kovu. This is like Kiara and Kovu when they first met. But they're humans now. Why aren't you chasing me? You're it! He looks at me funny. I'm it? What does that mean? I blink at him and stop still. Do you mean you don't know how to play tag? I don't... No, I'm not sure. He shyly avoids looking me in the eye. Wow! You've never played tag before? Really? That's kind of amazing. Look, you tag someone like this, and that means you're it. And you should tag me in return if you can catch me. And if you tag me, I'm going to be chasing you instead. I walk up to him and tap him on the arm again. You're it! And then I run away from him. He nods his head and laughs, taking chase, and we both run, playing tag. He's a fast learner, but I've never heard of a kid that didn't know how to play tag. Either way, he's pretty fun to play with, and we run to our heart's content until we can't take it no more. We play together until the stars are twinkling in the night. I'm lying down in the grass. My clothes are stained completely. That should probably worry me, but I'm having too much fun with my new friend to care. If I could play like this every day, that'd be so awesome. Well, both our sets of parents should probably come and collect us soon. And that's... If we're gonna follow the Lion King 2 storyline, this is... that's how it's gonna go down. Do you see those 4 bright stars? He asks. I look up at the sky, the stars sparkling bright, but I can see the ones he's pointing at. 4 bright stars in the shape of a square. Yeah, I see them. It's a star constellation. See the other 3 bright stars coming out of it? They call it the Little Dipper, he explains. Oh, I see. It looks like a frying pan. Wow, you're so smart. He shakes his head. It's just what my parents forced me to learn. You don't like it when they force things on you, huh? They're always forcing me to learn. I don't want to go back. Do you hate your parents? I decide to ask. The boy takes his time to answer. No, he says eventually. I want to make them proud, but I really don't like all of their little rules. I don't like rules either, I say. But your parents love you, right? The boy shrugs. I guess. That's good. My mother loves me too, even though she's always trying to get me to behave. He snickers at me. Why, do you always misbehave? All the time, I reply with a laugh. Oh? Your parents don't punish you? I just run away when they do. I give him a wink. I just noticed too that he's breathing. That's pretty cool. You're so cool. You do whatever you want. I feel myself blush at the sudden adoration. Our moment is interrupted when I see flashlights shining our way. I can hear adult voices and a dog barking. Find the boy, one of the men yells. My eyes widen with fear when I recognize the uniforms on the group of men entering the playground. It's the police! They're here to find the boy, I'm sure of it. Luckily, they haven't spotted us yet. Oh no, I think they're looking for me, the boy says nervously. What should we do? The boy looks frightened, and I'm sure he doesn't want to go home just yet. Crap. Which one's my save? Is it... Yes. Oh. What? But... I just wanted to save there. Crap. Fine. And how come the skipping's not working? I don't understand. Can I... No. How come... just fine. Maybe it doesn't recognize that I haven't read it yet. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to go with our heart. I mean, there is no wrong answer, right? So... Sorry, Neil. I didn't mean to leave you like that. I'll give you a couple more minutes. Like, I'd run away with him, but I don't want to just run and leave him. Okay. I'm sorry that I'm totally failing at this. Okay. Try to play tag again. I'll have to look. Maybe by the time I'm done this video, I'll figure out how to save and skip. Alright, skip. Click, 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 click. Okay, and then the cops come for us. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna be fierce, just in case I run away from him. I don't want to leave him here. Quick, hide! I'll distract them! I tell the boy. He quickly hides behind one of the trees, and I step up towards the group of flashlights. Hey, there's a kid! Yells one of them. The police walk up to me, and I get nervous, feeling my stomach drop in a bundle of nerves, but I have to protect my new friend. So I swallow my uneasiness and look him straight in the eye. No, it's not him. Hey, have you seen a little kid around here? Your age and height, purple hair. We're looking for him, he's lost. I nod my head. Yes, I've seen him. He ran away when I tried to talk to him, though. Which way did he go? The police officer asks. I point in a random direction. He went that way about 10 minutes ago. Everyone gather around, the boy went this way, the police officer yells. All the other men gather around and follow him as I walk into the direction I pointed at, leaving us alone on the playground. My heart is beating like crazy. I can't believe I fooled them. The boy appears from behind the tree and looks at me with dazzling eyes. Wow, you lied to them without blinking an eye, he says in awe. Are you kidding me? I was so nervous I thought my heart would jump out of my chest. I'm still surprised I managed to pull that off. Either way, the police are gone, but who knows for how long. We can't stay here forever, so I start to wonder where we should go, and the only thing I can think of is my home. Even if my mother is waiting for me at home with that dress in her hands, yes, that would be the best idea. I start to walk towards my house. We can hide there. Where are we going? The boy asks when he notices that I'm walking away. My home, I reply. Mother will protect him. He says nothing, but quietly follows me like a lost little puppy. Also, I wanted to do that again. Except, when I got home, my mother contacted the boy's parents immediately, and he was picked up very swiftly. Betrayer! I trusted you, Mom. I couldn't even get a word in and was punished harshly for running away with him. I never saw him any more after that day. I sometimes still wonder what happened to him. Mayhap we shall fall in love one day. How are you doing, cutie? Grandma asked with a big smile. Lately, Grandma hasn't been feeling well, so Mother and I went to visit her at the hospital. Grandma's hooked up to a bunch of machines with wires and tubes. It looks scary. I run over to her, climb the bed, and hug her. I'm fine if you are, I yell. Cutie, get off the bed. Grandma needs her rest. Doctor's orders. I let go and climb down from the bed, standing next to my mother. How are things at home? Things are doing fine, although little cutie doesn't want to wear the dress that you made for her. I pout in response. Is that so? My grandma says with a laugh. I used to be just like you, she says, and then taps her finger on my nose. Were you as little as me? Oh, I was even shorter. Much smaller. I like to play around in the dirt without a care in the world. Those were the days. Did your mother make you wear skirts and dresses too? Mother sighs in the background. All the time. My grandma flashes a knowing smile to my mother. It wasn't really fit for a girl to not wear a skirt back then, so it was like I had no choice. So Grandma was the same as me. Back then, all girls were taught simple sewing methods. We needed to be able to have skills suited for running a household. Stitching up torn fabric was one of them. Sounds boring, I yell. And it was. I didn't want to learn because why would I use it? And then Mother cuts Grandma off. But then she met Grandpa, didn't you? Ah, yes, I met your Grandpa when I was a little older. He was riding his bicycle, showing off in front of the popular kids. Then he fell, quite hard. He had somehow managed to rip a hole in the seams of his trousers, and everyone could see his underwear. The popular kids laughed and laughed at him. He was mortified. What happened then? Did you yell at the kids? No, my dear, I didn't. Instead, I pulled him to the side and I asked him to strip. Mother! My mother yells. She's only 7. Grandmother laughs, which causes her to take a few coughs as well. Considering he couldn't be embarrassed any further, he took off his pants. I used my small little sewing kit to patch up the hole. You had a sewing kit with you? Yes, my mother forced me to carry one with me, for emergency, she said. I guess she was right. What happened between you and Grandpa then? Oh, honey, it was like a movie. We were inseparable since then. He would buy me roses to show how grateful he was. He didn't care if I wore a skirt or pants. He was just happy that I showed him compassion at a time when everyone else simply humiliated him. I smile at the story. I always like hearing how Grandma met my grandpa, even though I barely knew him before he passed away. I don't remember the roses, Mother mentions thoughtfully. Well, I never told you everything. I guess carrying the sewing kit with me wasn't so bad after all if it made me meet Grandpa. And so I started taking a slight interest in sewing. Oh. Well, that's not as interesting. And you know what's the easiest thing to make as a beginner? Socks? I say, just guessing. A skirt! Circle skirts are easy to make, and I eventually got good at it. I realized it was pretty fun to make them. Getting to wear them myself was the best part. My grandma gives me a real big smile. And that, cutie, is how I started wearing skirts as well as pants. I don't really see why, though. I still don't want to wear girly stuff. But I'm happy Grandma's smiling at me, so I smile back at her. Okay, let's go home, cutie. Grandma needs to recover. We can visit her again tomorrow. I hugged my grandma goodbye and we left the hospital. Grandma never got better. I don't know why, but she got sicker, and then one day, she was gone. Mother handled the funeral, and I didn't know what to do and refused to leave my bedroom. I wanted to cry and yell. It was unfair. Grandma was the nicest person on earth. Why was she taken from me? I'm sitting in my room, locked up. I don't want to go out and meet people downstairs. I'm sick of putting on a fake smile to pretend I'm happy. I'm not happy. Cutie, please, come out of your room, she begs me. No! I miss Grandma. She was always so kind and sweet to me. She always knew how to make me laugh, too. I start to rummage through my closet, digging through all my clothes looking for something. Ah, found it! It's the white box with the dress inside that my grandma made me. I quickly take off the lid, seeing the pink dress lying in the box untouched. I bury my face into it. It smells like Grandma's place. It's comforting, so I hug the dress to my body. I'll treasure it, Grandma. I'm not going to throw it away. I fall asleep on my bed with the dress in my hands. That's so sad. Oh, so that was chapter 1. Okay, so maybe the beginnings of how we started becoming a tailor and how we met Neil. That's cute. Childhood romance. Okay, so that was Neil. Maybe I can... Man, okay, sound effect. Maybe make that 50. And yeah, that's probably good. Okay. Alright, let's save again. And now we can pick a different character. I guess we'll do it in the order the boys have been released. So Neil's got his story completely done. But Dimitri is currently being worked on. I don't think I actually read Neil's thing. Hold on. Let's read Neil. He's now 24. This is what he looks like when he's all grown up. He's 5'9". He's an intern at a hospital. Neil belongs to a rich family that owns Clanner Medical Center, setting high expectations for their son. When he was a young boy, he ran away from home and met you at a playground. You both escaped the police, but eventually, Neil's parents got him back safe and sound. When you meet again as adults, Neil has no idea who you are. That's when you realize Neil has always thought you were a boy when you were younger. Oh no. Neil doesn't quite know how to interact with you anymore, thus ends up feigning arrogance to mask his embarrassment. You, however, can't seem to stop running into Neil and breaking his personal items. Oh, that sounds amazing. I think Neil will be a great story to do. But I did say I was going to spend about spend the first chapter of each boy so that we can get a taste for what they're like. Dimitri is 19, but he's 6'1". He's a college student and part-timer at Mew Cafe. Dimitri looks a lot older than he really is, which is why you thought he was your age, 17, when you first met him. A few years later, and you meet him again, but this time you find out he's the little brother of your boyfriend? Things don't work out between you and your college boyfriend, so you break up. When you start your boutique and find yourself with an empty spare bedroom, you wonder what to do with it. Until you come across Dimitri again, now a college student looking for a place to live. When you offer him a place, to your surprise, he instantly agrees. It'll be fun taking care of a little brother, right? Oh boy. Here we go. I can't wait to see how the worlds differ. This one is kind of cute, but the seam is already coming loose. I look at the next article of clothing, scrutinizing it with my critical eye. I've been window shopping for the better part of the day, and it's mostly so I can look at the construction of certain clothes. It gives me inspiration to make my own. I'm mostly doing it out of research to see how certain clothes are made and sewn together. I bet I could replicate some of those cute tops I see hanging near the entrance. When I start college in 2 years, a nice art school so I can major in fashion design, I wonder how much of a head start I'll have compared to the other students. After all, I've been sewing clothes since I've been 8 years old. Then again, I shouldn't be so arrogant to think I'm the only one that started making their own clothes at such a young age. I'm sure other students are in a similar sort of situation. Man, completely different kind of personality this time around.
Miss, we're closing soon.
I'm interrupted by a store clerk. I shyly nod my head at the woman. I've been at this for a long time now. She had a cold that day. I should head home, let her go home, and recuperate. I'll go eat dinner. I leave the clothing store, stepping outside. Nailing it. Patisserie. I'm greeted by a dark and gloomy sky. It was supposed to be a sunny and cloudless summer day, though. Those look like rain clouds, I mused to myself. I didn't bring an umbrella with me. The bus stop is a little ways off, so I start making my way over, looking nervously at the clouds getting closer to me. They're very dark and ominous. Rain starts coming down in buckets. Ooh, so nice. It's so thick and heavy that I am completely drenched in a couple of seconds. I yelp out loud and dash towards the nearest shelter. Other people scramble from my side as well. This rain is insane. I manage to take cover underneath the awning of a store. Too bad it's closed and I can't go inside. I wring out my shirt and comb my fingers through my wet hair. When I look to my side, that's when I notice someone else next to me is taking refuge from the rain as well. It's a boy, and he looks just as drenched as I am. +8 intelligence, +3 strength. 1 to charisma. Is he a gamer boy? A D&D-er? His glasses have rain splatters all over it, and his dark brown hair sticks to his forehead. He seems to be about my age, a little taller than me right now. I didn't expect it to rain this much. You don't happen to have an umbrella with you, right? I make some small talk to lighten the dreary mood. His body flinches in response, like he wasn't expecting I'd say anything to him. Slowly, he shakes his head. No, he says quietly. Figures, I don't think anyone expected it to rain today. The boy doesn't respond anymore, so I don't press matters further. Sometimes people don't want to make small talk about the weather after all. The rain continues to fall down unabated. Streams of water run down the awning, creating a waterfall right in front of my eyes. Well, I'm already completely drenched. Getting a little more wet wouldn't be the end of the world. Then again, I don't want my cell phone to get wet and stop working. I guess I am stuck here until the rain clears up. The boy suddenly takes off his glasses, and my eyes follow his every move as he tries to clean off the droplets from the glass by brushing his thumb over it. The only thing he manages to accomplish is smudging the glass even more. Man, use your shirt or something. I dig through my small little purse and take out a packet of tissues. I offer it to him. Here, do you want to dry your glasses? Oh. His shoulders flinch the tiniest bit, and once more he shakes his head. He quickly places his glasses back on, his eyes narrowing to look through the foggy glass. No, thank you. Feeling a bit dejected, I put the pack of tissues back inside my purse. I was only trying to be friendly. The tissue would scratch the glass, he explains. Oh, I didn't think of that. Right, you need to take special care of your glasses. You can't wipe them with tissues. I glance sideways to take a better look at him. He's trying to peer through the smudged glasses, but then he sighs. No use, huh? Can't see? A dimple appears on the right side of his mouth as he gives me a tiny smile, but he appears too shy to say anything back. There's a sudden pang of pain on my toe and it startles me. It's a little white ball. Oh, hail now. Within the next second, the sky turns almost white, and the sound is loud and boisterous as hail falls from the heavens. I back up against the windows of the store to avoid getting hit by any of the hail. My clammy back touches the cold glass of the window, and I lean against it for support. My luck just couldn't get any worse, could it? First drenched in rain, and now hail. Unlucky, he says with a sigh. At least they're not the size of golf balls. I've had that happen before a few years ago, I say, recalling some memories. He looks at me, his eyebrows curiously raised. I haven't seen them, he says with a shake of his head. I nod at him. That's good. You don't want to be caught out when it's raining golf balls. I wasn't lucky, though. I was riding my bicycle. Did it hurt? I groan at the memory. Several of them hit me on my head and legs as I tried to find cover. It really kind of hurt. I should have worn my bicycle helmet. A chuckle emerges from the boy, and that adorable dimple returns. At least he doesn't seem to be bothered by my conversation at the moment. The hail finally stops. It was only a minute or so that it hailed. There's a bunch of them scattered across the streets and pavements. It almost looks like snow, but it quickly melts away. Across the street, I see a store clerk from the convenience store roll out a rack of umbrellas to the front. Oh, they're selling umbrellas due to the weather at twice the price, probably. Hey, look, they're selling umbrellas over there. I point across the street from us. The boy narrows his eyes, trying to peer through his glasses. Can't really see it. Right, his glasses are still stained. He must have really bad eyesight and can't do much without them. We could make a mad dash across the street and enter the convenience store where they're selling the umbrellas. How does that sound? Good, I guess. But I can't really see where I'm going at the moment. My eyesight is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna offer my hand. What are you apologizing for? I stand in front of him and offer my hand. Just hold on to me, you'll be fine. He looks up at me, his eyes, though a bit hard to see, are most certainly wide. Noticing his reluctance, I grab hold of his hand myself. Come on, I yell and pull him towards me, out from underneath the awning into the open. Rain falls down upon the both of us, soaking us in a matter of seconds, but we race across the street. The boy squeezes my hand and stays close to me. Another few seconds and we've made it across, albeit wetter than before, and rest at the entrance of the convenience store. See, that wasn't so bad, I say while taking in a shallow breath from running. My hair is all wet again. The boy's breath is also heavy, so he takes a few deep breaths. He's clinging onto my hand still. When he notices our hands are still locked, he turns a crimson shade of red and quickly drops my hand and backs away. Thank you. His voice breaks as he says this. Huh, I guess his voice isn't all that developed yet? But he should be my age, around 17 or so. Alright, let's head inside and get some umbrellas for ourselves. At this point, I'm wondering if it's even needed anymore, he says, still in that awkward-sounding voice of his. Would you rather walk home than when you can't even see? I suggest. The boy shakes his head, droplets of rain flying off from his hair. Pea soup hot! Sweet. Tasty snacks. The both of us entered the convenience store, packed with a few people shielding from the rain. I look at the rack of umbrellas. They're the small and compact ones, and I pick one up with cute cat paws on them. This will do nicely. I pick up a second one for the boy as well. I try to look at him, and he's awkwardly standing near the entrance still, unsure of what he's doing in here. My eyes gaze back over the different aisles, and I quickly scan the section for personal care. I'm sure there should be one of those microfiber cloths here. When I find the product I'm looking for, I head back to the entrance and show it to him. Here you go. It's to clean your glasses. I hand over the small packet to him. Did we buy it, or? These won't scratch, I giggle. In a slow fashion, his fingers reach out for the cloth and he humbly accepts it. Thank you, but... He stops as he turns away his head. I don't have any money on me. Well, that kind of sucks for him. Oh, it's just not your day, is it? I'm not a cruel enough person that I wouldn't pay for this, leaving him here after I dragged him over. I don't mind paying a few extra euros so I can be kind to another stranger and help him out on this dreadful day. It's okay, I got this. I quickly take the packet from his hands and I head on over to the register. I pay for the umbrellas and the cloth, then return to the boy. This time I open up the plastic wrapping myself and take out the cloth before presenting it to him. This one is on me, I say with a smile. What, really? He looks genuinely shocked. Yeah, no problem. With shaky hands, he accepts it from me. Thanks so much. The boy takes off his glasses, revealing his clear blue eyes. Wow, they're so pretty. I didn't notice it from before when his glasses were all fogged up and hiding them. Now I can see how they have a deep and mysterious color to them. As I stare at him, he makes quick work removing the stains from his glasses and puts them back on. Through the clean glass, he finally looks straight at me for the first time. Oh no, she's hot! Everything's way worse now. His face turns red and he squeezes his eyes shut, then looks away, acting all embarrassed for some reason, as if looking me in the eye was too much for him. A bit wary of his reaction, I take out one of the umbrellas and offer it to him as well. This one is on me as well. The boy's face turns away from me and he fidgets on the spot. You sure? Just take the umbrella. I already paid for it, I urge him. He's too polite for his own good. Reluctantly, he accepts the umbrella with cat paws on them. The entire image of a boy in glasses holding a cat paws umbrella looks so out of place it makes me smile. Then, suddenly, he strips off his vest and offers it to me. He still refuses to look at me directly. I raise my eyebrows at him, questioning his motives. Then this as payment. It's, you kinda have... It's see-through. He manages to spit out, oh no. It's not my day! See-through? I look down at my t-shirt, which has been clinging onto my body, and because it's wet, it's become see-through enough so that you can totally see my blue bra underneath. Kya! My face heats up lightning fast. In a panic, I quickly take his vest and slip it on, zipping it all the way up so that I'm completely covered. Thank you. I can't believe I was walking around the store like this the entire time. The boy clears his throat. You can keep that as, payment for this umbrella, he says sheepishly. I shyly nod my head at him, still embarrassed people saw my bra like that. He saw my bra as well. Still, he turned away like a gentleman. It's the first time I've experienced something like this. Usually boys my age would make fun of me or even make lewd comments, but this stranger has shown nothing but kindness. It's making me a bit shy with the way I'm being treated. Thanks, I murmur. The boy finally dares to face me again, giving me a bashful smile, making the return of that cute dimple. Marking. It's making my insides all gooey.
I need to get home now. Please keep the vest, it's only fair.
He mumbles awkwardly. The boy opens up the umbrella, and I do the same as well. Get home safe, I tell him, smiling shyly at him.
Oh.
I will.
He nods at me, then quickly walks away from the store into the rain. I watch his back disappear until I can see him no more. I touch the vest with my hand. It's the first time a boy has given me anything. I walk out into the rain as well and head home. It's raining as I look outside the window. It makes me recall some memories from a few years ago when it was pouring outside like this as well. The rain makes my anxiety grow worse.
Huh.
Oh, is this our college boyfriend?
Relax, my parents will like you.
Alex reassures me and kisses me on the cheek. I give my boyfriend a bashful smile. I'm nervous about eating dinner with his parents for the first time. We've been dating a couple of months now, and he wants to introduce me to his family. We met in college, although Alex's major is graphic design, whereas mine is fashion. This is our first year in college, although soon we'll be starting our second year. Those deep blue eyes, I fell in love with him straight away. How could I not? He's been so sweet to me since we met. Okay, but please stop me if I'm about to do something embarrassing, like spilling my drink all over the floor or accidentally mess up your dad's name. How do you pronounce it again? I know I'm rambling, I'm nervous. Alex just gives me that reassuring smile again while shaking his head. Taking an umbrella with us, we leave our dorms and head on over to his home. We walk through the rain, lovingly sharing the umbrella together. Alex holds it up for me while I link my arm with his and we walk in sync. We eventually reach his neighborhood, and as we are walking on the sidewalk, a car speeds past us driving through a puddle of rain. The rain splashes back onto me and my skirt, completely drenching it. Wow, man, we have such bad luck in the rain. Oh no! I yell out. Alex pulls me away from the side of the street, clicking his tongue after the speeding car.
You okay?
My skirt definitely isn't. Ugh, this is gross. I try to pat it dry, but it's no use. It's completely wet.
Oh.
When we get there, you can dry off. My parents won't be home yet, so you've got some time.
Don't tell me your brother has a spare skirt or some pants I can borrow too. I'm gonna get a whole outfit out of him. This definitely isn't the best start. Huh. My mood has gotten sullied as we walk towards his home. Ooh, so lovely. A little while later, we arrive at Alex's home, and just as he said, no one is home.
The bathroom is at the top of the stairs to your left. Towels are in the cabinet. I'll go make you a warm cup of tea, okay?
You're so sweet. Thank you, I say with a smile. I walk up the stairs and find my way inside of the bathroom. I can't believe my bad luck. My skirt is soaked, and I really wanted to make a good impression. I even made the skirt myself, and now it's basically ruined. I take off my skirt and hang it over the edge of the bathtub to let it dry. I open up the cabinet to look for some towels, but I don't see any inside, just shampoo, soap, and other kinds of bottles. Just as I'm about to yell for Alex's name and get him to give me some towels, the door handle rattles. Oh, that must be Alex coming to check up on me. This boy's gonna see everything. Alex, I can't find the towels, I say as I unlock the door and open it up. Where do you keep them? I ask. The deep blue eyes I'm accustomed to are different this time. They're wide and shock. Which is when I realize that this isn't Alex at all. This is someone else. This is a stranger. I would probably slam the door shut. Ah! I shriek out, covering my panties with my hands and backing away from him.
What?
I slam the door shut, right in his face. Who in the world was that? I can't believe they saw me in the second part of my underwear. A rush of footsteps can be heard outside the door, and I hear Alex's voice.
Cutie, are you okay? What happened?
I hide behind the door as I slowly open it up to let Alex in, being sure to close it after him. Alex, I just ran into some creep.
Huh?
What, you mean Dimitri, my brother?
Alex asks, suddenly looking very relieved. That's your brother? My cheeks are burning from embarrassment. I feel mortified.
Yeah, I told you about him before. He's my little brother. Did he see you get changed?
I opened the door thinking it was you. Don't laugh at me. This is no laughing matter. I snap at him. How can he laugh at my situation?
But it's so funny. I can't believe the first kind of women's panties my brother has ever seen happen to be those.
He points at my underwear, the ones with cute little blue ribbons on them. I shield myself with my hands again, narrowing my eyes at him. If you keep making fun of me like this, you won't be seeing those anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry. He's probably more embarrassed than you are.
Alex walks towards the cabinet, opens it, and from the top shelf, he takes out a towel and hands it over to me.
Here, go dry off, put your skirt back on, and come down to drink your cup of tea.
What if your brother is there? I say, wrapping the towel around my waist.
I think he'll live,
he says with a chuckle. He then leaves the bathroom. Still completely embarrassed, I manage to dry myself, and after digging through the bathroom some more, I find a blow dryer, so I use that to quickly dry up most of my skirt. I'm surprised he didn't just take the skirt from us and throw it in, like, the dryer. Not wanting to keep Alex waiting too long, I put the skirt back on, despite it still being slightly damp, and I leave to go back downstairs. I feel myself tense up when I see someone that isn't Alex sitting on the couch in the living room. When our eyes meet, his go wide and his entire face turns red. His blush is contagious because my own face feels hot as well. Oh, that must be Alex's brother. This is so awkward. He quickly gets up from the couch to stand.
Sorry about before.
He speaks up in a shy voice. I force myself to speak. It's okay. It was an accident. Neither of us are looking each other in the eye. I guess Alex was right when he said he'd be more embarrassed than I would be. The boy sits back down, his hands spread out over his knees like he's protecting himself. He fidgets on the spot, unable to get comfortable. Not wanting to stand around doing nothing, I walk up to the couch and sit down on the other side of him, far, far away. We're both completely silent. I grin and bear it, waiting for Alex to give me my cup of tea.
Cutie, here's your tea.
Alex announces in a cheerful voice as he enters the living room carrying 2 cups of tea. He hands one over to me, then sits down next to me, drinking his own.
So, Dimitri, he addresses the other boy in the room. I hear you had a little run-in with Cutie.
The boy turns bright red again, and he crosses his arms over his torso.
I already apologized, he says. You better, because she's my... Oh, shoot. Forgot to put sugar in mine. I'll be right back.
Alex disappears towards the kitchen. I'm left alone with Alex's little brother, Dimitri, once more. I finally manage to sneak a glance at him as I drink my tea. There's something very familiar about him, and I can't tell if that's because he resembles Alex or because I know him from somewhere before. If only he had glasses still. So, I'm Cutie, I introduce myself.
Dimitri,
he says curtly, still not looking at me. The conversation stops right there, the air filling with an awkward tension. My hands feel warm around the cup of tea, so it brings me some comfort at least. I look out the window at the rain. It sure is raining a lot. I trail off. A glimpse of a memory pops up in my head. Something about rain and glasses. I look over at Dimitri. He definitely resembles my boyfriend, but more importantly, it's stirring up my memories. It's on the tip of my tongue. I think we've met before. Dimitri notices that I've been staring at him and slowly cranes his head to face me head on. His blue eyes grow wide with realization.
You're...
He breathes out. Do I know you from somewhere? I ask. The memory is still hazy and fuzzy, but I definitely get the feeling we've met.
The rain,
he says, but stops before completing his sentence. Yes, it was raining that day, wasn't it? I got caught out, stuck underneath the awning of a store to take shelter. Someone else was there with me, shielding from the rain. Someone with deep blue eyes. You're from that one time, I say. I remember now. This was about 3 years ago. He was hiding from the rain as well, and because of his glasses he couldn't see, so I ended up buying an umbrella for him, and he gave me his vest in return. But your glasses, I point out. He's not wearing any.
I wear contacts now, he says, his eyes still wide.
Alex finally walks back into the room and notices the awkward atmosphere isn't as heavy anymore. Hey Alex, I think I've met your brother before, I tell him.
Oh.
It was raining. We were hiding from the rain.
Dimitri says slowly. Yeah, your glasses got all foggy, foggy, and you couldn't see, and I bought an umbrella for you.
Huh?
Glasses? You haven't worn those since you started high school,
Alex interjects.
Must have been a while ago.
High school? I question loudly. Wait, how old is his brother?
Dimitri's 5 years younger than me. He's in high school still.
5 years younger? Alex is currently 21, so that means his brother is 16? I had no idea. He looks my age. I thought he was around 20 as well.
But wait, you said you bought him an umbrella, right?
Have you kept the umbrella all this time? Yes, it seems he didn't have any money to buy one himself. Now I understand why Dimitri didn't have any money. He was just a kid and probably didn't have any allowance. It feels weird to realize he's much younger than I had him pegged at. Wait, that means some underage kid saw my panties. And not only that, considering the incident from before was around 3 years back, he was around 13 when he saw me in my bra. Oh god, that's even worse. I had no idea. Alex walks away from the living room, only to return with an umbrella in his hand. It's my umbrella. I'm still a bit uncomfortable finding out about Dimitri's age, but I look at Alex questionably. Does he want to go for a walk or something? I wouldn't mind escaping from this embarrassment, though. I feel like he would have got rid of the umbrella and kept, like, the microfiber cloth. That's a little less suspicious than, like... So why did you decide to just get, like, a cat paw umbrella?
This umbrella,
he asks. There's a look of horror on Dimitri's face as Alex dangles the umbrella in front of him. Dimitri snatches it from him and hugs it close to his body. I'm confused. Isn't that one mine? Why is Dimitri holding onto it for dear life?
No, I knew yours looked familiar. They've got the same stupid cat paws on them.
He then points at the front door, which has my umbrella neatly stored away, still sitting in the same spot as before. Oh! That means Dimitri kept his umbrella all these years as well. That's kind of funny that we both kept the same umbrella. I kept mine as well. In fact, I think I've got the vest he gave me stored somewhere as well. I never threw it out. It felt kind of rude to throw it away, in my opinion, because for some reason I figured we'd run into each other again. But we never ended up seeing each other again. Not until now, that is.
Who would throw away a perfectly fine umbrella?
Dimitri manages to say. Alex finally sits back down next to me again and throws an arm around my shoulders.
Ah, well, it's just interesting that you already knew each other from before. Anyways, funny how things worked out, right?
Alex looks at me.
After all, you became my girlfriend. It was probably meant to be, you and me.
I feel my face heat up at his romantic words, but Dimitri, on the other hand, merely looks at us in shock.
Girlfriend?
He echoes. I bashfully flutter my eyes downwards. Yes, your brother and I are dating. His face contorts into a grimace.
Oh,
is all he says.
Congratulations. Thanks, man, says Alex with a grin.
I smile at Alex. He can be so sweet. I hope dinner with his parents will go all right. Well, at least now I won't have to meet the parents again when I finally go out with Dimitri. Poor Dimitri. That is a shame, though. Okay. We got one more guy to do. Mr. Kane. He's 21, 5'7", college student and part-timer at Boone Mart. During your last party in college, you meet a drunk Kane whose friends seem to have abandoned him. You eventually help him get home safe. Half a year later, you meet him again at a jewelry store, and he's stealing. You call him out, and he makes a mad dash for it. You see him again at the convenience store he works at, where he pretends he doesn't know what you're talking about. You warn him to be careful, otherwise you'll report him as a thief to his college. That should keep him in line, right? Okay. New route. Alright, King, what you got for me? I place my mascara down onto the desk and give myself a quick look over in my handheld mirror. I love this room. Alright, I think I look decent enough. This is the last party I'll be attending. After this, I will graduate and earn my degree in fashion design. Being a third year in college makes everything feel so fast. I swear it was only yesterday that I was still a freshman. Oh! We actually have a friend! Come on, cutie, are you ready yet? Asked Sarah, my roommate. Just about. How do I look? Sarah gives me a head-to-toe look, judging me internally. She's always blunt and honest with her opinion, so whatever she says, I'll believe it. It's cute and it suits you. Did you make that top yourself? I happily nod my head. Of course! I've got to put these skills to use, after all. Soon I'll be running my own boutique and sewing my own clothes for customers. Let me know when you do, so I can take pictures of them, says Sarah with a chuckle. Sarah's major is photography, so she loves to take pictures of models and clothing. On many occasions, I would be the one posing in my own clothes and she'd take the pictures. Trust me, it's not fun standing underneath a strong light that slowly cooks you from the inside while blinding you every 2 seconds. Though, isn't the collar a little too wide? Sarah wonders out loud. I touch my collar with my fingers. No, it's supposed to be like that, I explain. All right, you're the expert. Anyway, ready to go to the party? She asks. I eagerly nod my head at her. I heard Kyle would be there. Sarah looks into the distance with a dreamy look on her face. I roll my eyes. Are you still smitten with him? No, she lies. Well, maybe just a little. Whatever. Just remember not to go home with him tonight. Spare yourself the drama. Right. We leave our dorm rooms to go to the party. My last college party. It's making me feel a little sentimental. So I didn't have a boyfriend in college at the end anyway. We went to that guy's house though, it kind of looks like. I already forgot Alex's name. Brother. When Sarah and I arrive at the party, people are already making a ruckus. The music is loud and obnoxious. To be honest, I don't even know whose house this is. I simply, along with a bunch of other people, got a graduation party invite. There's about 50 or so people in the house, all carrying red cups full of alcohol. The smell of beer is hard to miss. Some of them are playing beer pong on the kitchen table, whereas others are taking shots in the living room. I recognize a few people. Some of them are in the same major as I am, but most of the people are strangers to me. Let's get something to drink and loosen you up, says Sarah. What makes you think I need to loosen up? I question her. Sarah gives me a knowing smirk. I still remember the last time you were a shy wallflower at Eric's party. I find myself a little embarrassed at the memory. That was over 2 years ago, and I didn't know anyone at the party. I hadn't even met Sarah yet, though that is where we first met. Shut up, that's ages ago, I grumble. I'm perfectly capable of mingling with people now. Just as I said that, a guy from my fashion class walks up to me. It's Zach, a friendly face.
Hey cutie, didn't think you'd come.
He greets me with a smile. Hey Zach, I look over next to me. This is Sarah, my roommate. Sarah nods her head at him, then turns to me. I'm gonna get us some drinks, okay? Sure, I say with a smile. Sarah leaves the two of us alone.
It's crazy how we've almost graduated. It'll be weird not to go to college anymore,
says Zach. True, it's a little sad since I've enjoyed my experience so far. I'm going to miss college.
What are your plans for afterwards? Me and Gwen are thinking of taking a trip to Paris and meeting some of the fashion designers over there.
Paris? That sounds cool. But I've got my own plans to open up my own boutique after graduation.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What are you going to call it?
He asks, excited. Oh no, I'm gonna regret everything. This is when I regret. And that's when he's like,
I just remembered, someone's calling me on my phone. I need to go answer that.
alright. With confidence now. It might change later on, but I think I'm going to go with Boutique XD. It's got a nice ring to it.
Aw, not something like Patooties Designs.
Imagine buying clothes from someone who's like, where'd you get that shirt from? Patooties Designs. Oh my gosh, this is great.
Or simply Patootie, you know, like those other famous brands.
I shake my head. I'd rather not name it after myself. I explain, I'm okay with Boutique XD, or Boutique.
Suit yourself. You'd never take anyone's advice anyway,
Says Zach with a shrug. I narrow my eyes at him, confused. Huh? What do you mean by that? Zach is distracted by someone walking past him. There it is. He's like extricating himself from this conversation quickly.
Ah, I think I just spotted my future wife.
He says and quickly leaves me alone. What a weird comment to make. I can name my boutique however I see fit. I don't need to take his naming suggestions to heart. I feel slightly agitated now. Not soon after, Sarah comes back holding 2 drinks, handing one over to me. It's filled with beer and... What's this? I ask, smelling a whiff of raspberry. No damn clue, but it smells amazing, she says with a laugh. I've got to agree. The raspberry is very strong, and for once, beer doesn't smell bad. I take a sip and find myself quite liking the taste. It barely even tastes like beer. Interesting, I say as I look at the cup. Now I understand how people can become alcoholics. Drinking alcohol will get my mind off of things like Zach saying something stupid to me. Sarah chuckles heartily and finishes up her drink. Eventually, her eye catches the sight of someone she recognizes. Oh, it's Kyle, she says, sounding a bit nervous. As a friend, I'm gonna warn you. Sarah, I say in a serious tone, remember the last time you were with Kyle. Don't make the same mistake. Sarah isn't even looking at me. I know, but I won't. I know what to expect now, which is to say absolutely nothing. I'm not going to comfort you when he hurts you again. Inevitably, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Sarah's been back and forth with Kyle for over a year now. She really seems to like guys with red eyes. Red eyes? I'm just going to talk, she says with a pout. Be back later. Sarah then makes a beeline for Kyle. Since I'm alone now, I walk around the house trying to look for people I may recognize. The party is still going on an hour later, and the people have gotten even more wild. They've made quite a mess of the house. I feel a bit bad for the parents of the person who lives here. I hope they know that a party is being held, although they probably don't. People like to host parties when their parents are out of town. Sorry, Dimitri and Alex. I've talked to a bunch of my classmates, several new people, and have had a couple of beers. Not enough to get me drunk, though. Only slightly looser, as Sarah would say. I sit down on an empty spot on the couch, getting a bit tired of standing on my feet. There's a rowdy couple next to me engaged in some sort of environmental debate. There's a hard protruding object poking me. I realize I'm sitting on something. I stick my hand underneath my leg and grab the object. Ah, phew, it's just someone's cell phone. It's an older model, though a smartphone nonetheless. Excuse me, is this yours? I ask the girl next to me on the couch. She shakes her head no, the guy next to her as well, and they continue their debate. I look around the living room, wondering whose cell phone this could be. No one in my vicinity seems to be searching for something. I get up from the couch and ask random people if they are the owner of this cell phone. It's got a particular diamond sticker on the back, but no one can recognize it. After 20 minutes, I give up. No one knows anything. It'd be sad if this person doesn't get their cell phone back. That thing is like your lifeline when you're in college. Can't live without it. Maybe I can unlock the phone and get some information that way. Hopefully this person doesn't have a password. To my surprise, I only need to swipe to unlock it. I browse around the apps looking for some contact information stored somewhere. I quickly realize that people don't actually do this. They don't store their name or address in their cell phones. Maybe I should try and call someone on their contact list and hopefully they know who it is. I scroll through their contacts. College, dad, mom. Police? This person has no contacts? The only numbers this phone stores are the user's parents. That's rather sad. This person doesn't seem to have any friends, or perhaps they recently got a new cell phone and didn't import their contacts yet. Then again, it is an older model. It can't be brand new. I don't really feel like calling someone's parents, though. What if they don't agree with their son or daughter coming to some party and I ruin their secret? Yeah, probably best not to call the parents. Ignoring the contacts, I try one last thing. Their gallery. I'm very conflicted about it because this is really digging through someone's privacy. But what else can I do? I can't just leave the cell phone here. Someone might actually steal it. I've heard horror stories about people losing their cell phone during parties such as these. Whatever. I'm doing it. Maybe they have a selfie, hopefully. I open the gallery, bracing myself in case I find any nudes. Oh yeah, I never actually thought about that. That would be unfortunate. And... oh, there are definitely no nudes. Instead, all of the thumbnails show pieces of metalworking instead. Lots of pictures of jewelry, rings, necklaces, tools I've never seen before. Oh boy. Our college does have a metalwork department. A few of my friends have it as their major. They make a lot of sculptures and jewelry, so at least the owner of this phone goes to the same college as mine. Or he was casing something. But this doesn't help me in finding the owner at all. There's not a single selfie in their gallery. The only things I see are jewelry and pictures of street cats. Frustrated, I put the cell phone in my purse. If by the end of the night I still haven't found the owner, I'm just going to leave it here with the person who lives here. They can sort it out. I exit the living room to find the bathroom. I push my way through groups of people who are drunk out of their minds, spilling beer all over the floor. The smell is nauseating. Finally, I stumble inside the bathroom. I bump into someone's head. Oh, I hate when that happens. We both collide painfully and I jump back in pain. I drop my purse to the floor as I cling onto my throbbing forehead.
Watch it!
He snarls at me. There's a guy staggering in front of me, desperately trying to keep his balance. He smells so much of alcohol, he's clearly drunk. I'm sorry, I thought the bathroom was free. I apologize. The door was unlocked after all. I'm about to grab my purse and make a mad dash out of there when I realize the guy is picking it up instead. The unknown cell phone had fallen out and the redhead takes it.
My phone!
He cries. He then glares at me.
You stole it!
What? No! I say, feeling insulted. I found it. So that's the owner of the phone. Should I believe him?
Yeah, whatevs.
He tucks the phone into his back pocket. He grows quiet for a bit. My purse, please? I say, pointing at the purse he's holding in his hand. He says as he looks down at his hand, just now realizing he's holding it. The guy holds it out for me, and I eagerly take it from him. He wobbles on his feet, almost losing his balance when I tear the purse from his fingers. Then, like it's some sick joke, the redhead's face contorts into a weird grimace. He starts making this weird retching noise. Oh no. Oh no, he's going to... I spin around and jump out of the way just in the nick of time because the redhead's stomach contents decided to surface right at that moment. The guy collapses onto the floor. I press myself against the bathroom door, squeezing my eyes shut, listening to the awful barfing noises he makes. The sense of vomit fills up my nostrils and it almost makes me want to throw up. This is disgusting. Gross. When he's finally stopped, I open my eyes again. There's so much disgusting vomit all over the floor. The guy is passed out, resting against the bathtub. The things I do. Against all my instincts, which are yelling at me to run far, far away from him, I move closer to him. I'm careful to avoid stepping into the awful orange puddle of doom. His skin is sweaty, his hair sticking to his face. He looks completely pale, but he's breathing still. Well, I would certainly hope he didn't die from all of that. I bite my lips. This is what you get when you drink too much alcohol. He obviously doesn't tolerate it very well. I poke my finger into his cheek, waiting for a reaction. Nothing. Hey, I call out and poke him again. Still nothing. Great, he's completely passed out, and I really need to pee. Oh, what a terrible conundrum we have found ourselves in. What should I do? Leave him here? Notify someone else there's a barely conscious person sitting next to his own vomit? Probably. I take one last look at the guy to remember his features. Red wavy hair, freckles across his cheeks, and I believe cyan eyes? I can't recall. Either way, I leave the bathroom to find someone who knows him at least. The first person I come across, I immediately ask him for help. Hey, there's a person passed out in the bathroom. He's got red hair and freckles. Do you know him? Sorry, don't know any gingers, he says while shrugging his shoulders. I try the next person, but they give me the same answer. The next 5 people I ask also don't seem to know him. I'm beginning to believe that either his friends deserted him or he simply doesn't have any, if his empty contact list is any indication. This is troublesome. I should probably look for Sarah. Sarah! I call out at her. She's flirting with Kyle, who has an arm draped around her shoulders. I guess they're back together again. Hey, what's up, cutie? She says cheerfully. There's this guy passed out in his own vomit in the bathroom. Ew, gross. Don't step in it. I give her this deadpan look. Well, I think he needs some help. Maybe move him to a couch or bed or something. Just make sure he's on his side, says Kyle. In case he vomits again in his sleep. People can choke on their own vomit that way, you know. You're smart, says Sarah coyly. I roll my eyes. Well, I just need some help. I can't simply let him stay in the bathroom like that. I don't know. I'm sure his friends will come and help, says Sarah, not really caring. She's too drunk to have a serious conversation with. By the way, don't wait up for me. I'm going back to Kyle's place tonight, Sarah whispers at me with a wink. I decide not to say anything. She's a lost cause with Kyle, and I can't babysit her forever. This time, someone else needs my help, and he's passed out in the bathroom. Whatever, just stay safe, okay? I say and leave the two to their own devices. I return to the bathroom. The awful smell of vomit hits me like a ton of bricks. I try my best to suppress my gag reflex. The redhead is sitting up straight this time, though still leaning against the tub. He looks at me, a strange expression gracing his face. He looks so down and defeated, all washed up.
I just saw a guy piss out the window.
He slurs and points to the open window behind him. Well, at least he's up and conscious this time. That's an improvement. He looks like crap, though, but that's to be expected when you threw up your entire dinner. I point to my own mouth. You got a little something right here. Quickly, he wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. He then sighs like he doesn't even care anymore. What am I going to do with this guy? Hey, do you have any friends here that I can talk to, so they know you're completely wasted and come get you? He keeps eerily still, opting not to respond to me at all. He slowly tries to get up from the floor and stand up straight. Clearly, he's still too drunk, so as he almost slips and falls, but leans against the wall for support.
I can get myself out,
he says, determined, though his speech is still slurred. With confidence, he pushes himself away from the wall and walks straight towards me. Wait, no, if he keeps walking in a straight line, he's going to step into the... Wait! I call out to him. Of course, he doesn't wait. The redhead slips and his body tips over, stumbling forwards. I catch him. Well, not like I have a choice when he crashes into me. He slams me against the door, and his red hair is all stuffed up in my face with his head buried in my neck. This is too close for comfort. Not to mention, he reeks. Come on, you smell, I complain and push him off of me. He sways on his feet in front of me, his eyes glazed over.
Sorry,
he mumbles weakly. Is there anyone I can call for you? Anyone at all? I ask. It's slight, but he shakes his head, his wavy red hair bobbing with his head. Great, there really is no one. I place my hands on my hips and sigh. I know he's just some stranger, but I feel oddly responsible for him since I'm the one that found him like this. Cutie, what are you getting yourself into? Let's get you home, I say and hold out my hand. His gorgeous cyan eyes peer straight through me. I didn't realize how close he is to my own height. His eyes, while droopy, are so vibrant. He takes my hand, wobbling on his feet while looking down to make sure he doesn't trip. We exit the bathroom together. I manage to call a taxi, and after seeing the state he's in, I decide to go with him. We're both in the back seat. The car is driving slowly. I'm wondering what compelled me to look out for someone like that. My eyes flicker over towards the guy. His red hair is a mess, and he's half falling asleep from being so drunk. He's got this vulnerable look, so frail and little. I guess I have a secret soft spot for people who are in need of help or comfort. I'm hopeless in that case. The car makes a turn, and the boy loses his balance completely and ends up falling slumped against my shoulder. A whiff of vomit fills up my nose.
You smell nice,
He says softly. And you stink, I say as I push him away from me.
Yeah.
He grumbles. At least you're managing to hold everything in at the moment. That's progress, I note. He's not throwing up after all. I was a little worried he'd get carsick, but while he does still look sickly, he's improved ever since we left the party. You sure can't handle your liquor, though. Is this your first time getting so drunk? He shrugs in response.
Being drunk is fun,
he says while drawling the last word. He looks out the window.
It numbs the senses,
he mumbles quietly. I raise my eyebrows, but decide not to question or press him any further. I don't care much for a stranger's problems, either. I sit in silence for the rest of the ride. Eric was here. Hey, I recognize that name. Eventually, we've made it. The taxi drops us off at an apartment complex. I have to drag the guy to the second floor as he's too unstable to walk straight. What number? I ask him. I'm looking at all of the doors, their numbers increasing. He's dangling off my right arm, barely holding on.
212,
he says in a raspy voice. We'll keep moving until we finally reach the number 212. I stand still in front of his door and shake him off of my arm. He's not budging, though, latching onto it like it's his lifeline. Keys, I say loudly.
Pocket,
he grumbles back, not making any attempts to get them. Dude, I don't know you well enough to stick my hand down your pants, I say in an annoyed tone. He lets out an exasperated sigh, but pushes himself away from my arm and takes the keys out of his pocket. He fumbles around with them, then ends up dropping them to the floor. The guy curses loudly before picking them up, then goes for his second attempt to unlock the door. He keeps jamming the key into the hole and misses the mark completely. Is it kind to let him fumble? I'm just gonna be kind. I hold myself back, waiting for him to finally figure out how keys and holes work. Hopefully this century. Still, I don't have all the time in the world. Then with a triumphant "Ha!" he finally unlocks the front door.
piece of cake.
He's upgraded to drunk guy, he says, verbally patting himself on the back. I roll my eyes as he opens the door. I get a small glimpse of his apartment. It's very small, and I can tell it's in a messy state. Typical college student. He walks inside, stopping in the doorway. Well, you're home safe now. I'm going back. The taxi is waiting for me. He turns around to face me, his eyebrows furled together in a frown. He looks confused.
You're not gonna ask?
I shrug. Ask what?
I guess not. Whatever.
He cocks his head to the side, giving me this weird look. Well, I guess expecting thanks from him seems a little far-fetched at the moment. I can't believe I spent half my night taking care of this kid. Don't forget to wash the stench off of you, I say. See you.
Ah.
Yeah, sure.
He mumbles and slowly closes the door. I turn on my heel, ready to walk away and get inside that taxi. Before I can catch my sweet ride to freedom, however, I hear a loud crash inside of the guy's apartment. Followed by loud groaning. Oh, come on now. My anxiety spikes and I wonder if he's okay. Maybe he fell down and hurt himself. My feet bring me back to the front door. My fingers twitch as I hover them over the doorknob. Should I check to see if he's okay? I knock on the door. Hey, you alright in there? More loud groaning. Frantically, I fiddle around with the doorknob to open the door. Of course, he forgot to lock it and enter his apartment. This is gonna be bad. Is that the end of chapter 1? Oh man, what a cliffhanger! Whoa! Oh man. Man, all these stories are so neat. I love that there is no common root and they're all just their own thing. It's very enjoyable that way. Alright, but that's all we're gonna get for now, guys. Probably want to play this again at another time, but whenever I get, like, a cloning machine to clone myself so I can make twice as many videos. Or time machines, I can, like, record stuff and then go back in time and record more stuff. But anyway, I really enjoyed my time with that. I hope you guys did as well. If you want to see more of these guys and their stories, then you can check out Celianna's Patreon link in the description below. She releases updates pretty frequently, it looks like. So yeah, go check her out and check this game out and see if it's something that you guys might enjoy. Thanks again for watching, guys, and until next time, I will see you later.